Well, I didn't make a video yesterday. I was in pain. Either I have a spider bite on my foot, but then I got to thinking, I think a couple of days ago when we were at the mobile home place, that I may have dropped a hammer on my foot. I don't know, something. It is all swelled up and red, and I can barely walk. And I put that on Facebook, and everybody started telling me I was going to lose a limb and go to the ER and do this, and I'm not one to go to the doctor. Anyway, I got up this morning and it still hurts, and it's a little more red, but it's not really swollen. And Ken told me I had to take him to work because he don't drive in the rain. And he told me to go in there and put on these house shoes he bought me a few years ago at Walmart that are 2 sizes too big because I couldn't put a shoe on my foot. So I went in there. I can't wear them because if I walk right out of them. And I have to scoot around in them. So I went in there and put those house shoes on and just threw on a hat and drove him. We started going to work, take him to work, and he wanted to stop and eat breakfast. Now here I am, can't even hardly walk, and he's wanting to eat breakfast. And at that point, I guess I've taken so much Benadryl and ibuprofen and everything else I get my hands on for the pain that I didn't even really care. And we go in this restaurant. Now here I am out in public, looking like some fool, like some escaped mental patient scooting around in these house shoes. And yes, I ran into like 10 people I knew right at the front door. And I know they probably thought, he's crazy. I know they talked about me when I walked through there. So then I took him on to work and I said, you must feel successful because you have a cook, a maid, a personal valet, a personal secretary, and a chauffeur. And all in me. And he just laughed. He does that on purpose. One time we were watching this TV show, like one of those, like 2020 or something. And they were talking to this guy, and his wife, she got depressed all the time. And he was telling this story about fishermen. These cod fishermen, they put those fish, when they catch them, in these tanks. And by the time they got back to shore, they were dead because they would just sit there and quit swimming and everything. They would die. So they figured out that, God, I'm off on a tangent. This doesn't even have anything to do with anything. So they figured out that if they put catfish in there, the catfish kept prodding them and pushing them and moving them around, and they lived. So Kenan, that's what this guy said he did to his wife. He catfishes her. And that's what Kenan does to me, because he thinks I will get depressed. And I do. I won't do anything I get depressed if I don't have to. So he leaves all this stuff for me to do all the time, and purposely moves things, sets things where I have to move it and put it back and pick it up, and he says he's catfishing me. So, anyway, I guess that's part of him catfishing me, making me do all that. Anyway, I told him, I said, you ought to feel successful and count your blessings that you have someone to catfish.